The strange-looking aircraft skimmed over the steel-blue surface of the Atlantic Ocean, intently hurtling toward its destination. The craft was a curious hybrid, part helicopter and part fixed-wing cargo plane. Its stubby fuselage hung under a wing section that, though thin, supported two huge turbine engines. Like a conventional airplane, these engines drove massive propellers that sped the craft through the air at a respectable speed. But this airplane had a hidden talent. Its engines, encased in bulbous nacelles on each wingtip, could be rotated a full 90 degrees. Once done, this action would almost magically transform the oversized propellers into overhead rotors. Thus, the airplane was able to take off and land vertically like a helicopter. It was officially known as the MV-22 Osprey. The amazing tilt-rotor aircraft had been designed to be the close air support mainstay for the U.S. Marine Corps amphibious assault operations. Like the sea-going bird of prey it was named after, the Osprey was built to skim the waves and strike swiftly, delivering Marines and materiel to the battle. At one time, before World War II, hundreds of them had seen service around the globe. Now there was only one. Major Hawk Hunter, the man behind the airplane's controls, was concentrating on keeping the green and gray camouflaged plane as close as possible to the tops of the ocean swells. Adjusting the control surfaces with the barest flick of a wrist or the slightest pressure on a rudder pedal, he found himself continually compensating for unseen turbulence in the heavy pre-dawn salt air. Every few seconds his eyes darted about the airplane's cockpit console, quickly monitoring its gauges. Then he would look up and, by adjusting his helmet's infrared sighting goggles, scan the thin line of the horizon, searching for the point of land in the distance that was his destination. Hunter had flown hundreds of combat missions in every type of aircraft, in every corner of the globe. His virtually undisputed reputation as the best fighter pilot who had ever lived led to his being known as the wingman. But this mission was like no other. In the Osprey's squat fuselage behind Hunter there were 24 commandos, all of them tensely gripping their weapons as they sat facing each other in the cramped cargo cabin. Rocking with the aircraft's motion, the soldiers, members of the elite Football City Special Forces Rangers, stared down at the floor or up at the overhead compartments, or simply sat with their eyes closed. For them, the time before combat was always reserved for private thoughts. It would be no different on this day. For Hunter, too, it was a time for reflection. Even as he was manipulating the controls and reviewing the mission plan, another part of him was reliving a bad dream memory that was still as painful as if it had happened the day before. Actually, it might as well have happened a lifetime ago.